how do we remove our blocks and we can make our in a higher dimension. So whenever you have the blocks, you cannot spiritually grow. So you do need to unlock, and we should go towards the full potential in our life. So what is the full potential? What is exactly the block? What how do you unlock the blocks, right? So block means there are so many things comes under block. So sometimes we have fears, that is called fear, right? But the fears could come through block also. So something you saw when your childhood, for example, some experience you had. I will tell you one example. This is actually this example I know. One of our friend family had this situation, so that's why I'm telling you. This is a real example. So the boy, there was a boy when he was a child. He has seen he raised in America. Okay, so he has seen a family next door to them. They were looking into the vastu. Vastu means punctual. So when the boy is watching everything, means he's hearing, watching, and whatever the dialogues mother and father are saying by watching to the other family. So this boy is listening. So every word we say, every dialogue we talk by seeing something else, it will impact the boy. Even whether you say about elections, or whether you say about a minister, or whether you say about next door person who is doing. So the next door family, they are doing this punctuate kind of stuff. So vastu, and they are removing that door, and then sometimes they say you cannot walk in into this door. This is the corner of this south and west. It is bad for you according to your horoscope, right? So they were breaking that door and putting it here, and they said to remove the bathroom and put somewhere. So they were spending a lot of money, and they were going through a lot of inconvenience in their family. So he's watching all that, and the parents are commenting about them. Oh, they are like stupid, they're doing this, they would have not even went there. Once you show, once they say, you have in your mind every time you think about it, right? Which is true. You think that, oh, anything happens, oh, maybe it is happening through because of this, maybe this is happening because of this. Everything you start thinking through that. So when you start thinking through that, you think that it is really happening because of the wrong door. Whatever happens right now, we're talking about the karmas, right? Whatever is happening in our lives also, we're thinking it's a karma. It might not be the karma. It could be block, or it could be overthinking, it could be something else, or it could be earthbound souls. But we are projecting as what you really see every single time, what you believe in it. So right now we always talk about the discussion on the karma. So always you think it is a karma. But here, this boy is listening again and again about this Vastu. What happens? He will have a block on that particular thing. So, what happened in their real life? In the real life, that family had something, they wanted to build a pool. So, what you do always, the back of our house, we try to build a pool, right? So, they were started digging in the back of their house. So the digging was almost done, but the pool, then you put the tile underneath all that. Once the digging was done, suddenly the hurricane came and their whole house was flooded, because they were also doing something with the roof also. So once you start repairing, you will also do other things. I'm talking about this boy who has a block about Vastu. So the whole house was flooded. Then they put all the furniture in the garage, because they were applying for the insurance. So they did got the money on the insurance or whatever. So that process was different. So they put everything in there, and the whole house was, then they got repaired and all that, right? So and then after that, one after the other, one after the other, there were always health issues in the family. um One fell on something, and then all the hands were fractured in one of the person in their family, and then they couldn't even The person couldn't even tie his lace, nothing he could do. So the spouse was doing everything for him, for that person. So then the son was getting some other issue, and the daughter was getting something, or even the parents when they're coming came for a visiting, even she fell and had the back injury, um, or she had some issue with her periods or menopause, whatever it is. So it was constant health issues. So I did told her that it is because of the back, because that's a south side, it should not be lower. You should not dig in the south side. Always south should be higher. Actually, south should be higher than the north. North, you can dig, you can have a hole, you can have a well in the north. And that is good actually if you have a well in the north. So when they were doing that all the time, since they dig it, I'm seeing the pattern, the things were happening in the house. I said, why don't you check the vastu? She said, no, 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 my husband will hate it. I cannot do that. He will not, he won't agree to that. So I can't say do it without asking the husband, right? So when she said that, I said, okay. And then they were going through that continuously. They went through 5, 6, 8, maybe 10 years. And then again, they remodeled the house. Again, 2 months, they couldn't even enter into the house. They were cooking outside like that continuously. Whenever you talk to them, there is something. Then she got a health issue, bigger health issue, and she was on the bed for 3 years, getting all the treatments, this and that. So when you really see, they never went into Vastu. I'm not saying Vastu because of the Vastu, because they did the pool. Doesn't matter what it was. But he had a block of not checking the Vastu for sure. Whatever is happening in the house, he said absolutely no. So I did told her, I know one Vastu guy, he will not do digging, all that stuff. He will tell you simple solutions. He'll He'll say if the bathroom is wrong place, he'll just say that, okay, put a tape around it, golden tape around it, or orange tape around it, something like that, so that the universe will not catch there is something there. Like that, he'll block that area in the eyes of universe. So simple things he tells. So I told her I did my house and I loved it. It is, big difference I see in my house. Then she said, absolutely not possible. So why this is because of, I'm not saying if they would have gone with the Vastu, everything would have changed. I'm not saying that. But nothing wrong in pursuing something and then checking about it. And it's not very expensive and it is not it is easy solutions, he will tell, right? So but they were absolutely not interested because of the block. Where that block came, childhood. Who put those blocks? The parents and the situation what he has seen with his eyes. But every time the same kind of situation, even if you do now vastu, same kind of digging might not happen. Now technology might be changed, it might be easier now than ever before, but that because of that block, he's not going to pursue it, he's not going to check it. So these blocks will really pull us back backward. So the blocks will come from the childhood, what the parents are saying. I'll tell you one more block. All the women will love this block. When a boy is growing up, if they say, the parents say, oh, this family, they always listen to the wife. He always listen to the wife. He's a pet to the wife. He's behind the wife. You know how they say, "Kongu batkondirutadu." He always, and the wife is commands in the house, all these things. And oh, Chinna, you're not going to do that, right? You should be a king of the house. You should be the proud man in the house. These really, I've seen some of the families. That's what I'm talking about, particularly. Oh, you are the king of the house. When your wife comes, she'll do everything for you. What happens? Those guys, they'll have end up in divorce because no one, it is not you, that block will really, really, really will think that that is true. But that is not true. It's an illusion. More than a block, it's an illusion, but it became a block in the boy's head. that whoever comes are going to do everything and I'm a king, right? So that illusion, but the spouse is also queen. She should not be doing. King's wife will be queen, right? She will not be servant. But that's not how they feed in their brain. So these blocks will really, really change our lifestyle, and those will become like those will actually help the karma. When the karma comes, like I'm saying, whom I saw, the family, maybe that was the karma supposed to come. So it came, that's what their buddhi means, their thought became to have a pool, right? And the pool also, they went that side. Why they went that side? Because they had the karma is so strong to happen to their family. So he always had a block, a childhood he experienced that, so that's why he didn't wanted to see that. So everything happens again ultimately according to our the way we are trained since the childhood. That training happened also because of our karma theory, to stronger, to make the karma strong. So then you say, okay, so it's already it is supposed to happen and it is happening. So if I remove the block, does it change? Yes, you have the willpower to change. You have the will, I can say the will to change. You can everything change in your life. And at the same time, someone in the morning texted me saying that Ramana Maharshi, she listens all the time, Ramana Maharshi's preachings. So the minute he woke up after 10 years, when he opened his eyes, he went to his mother and said, you know what, everything happens according to the universe planned, means whatever you planned your life, like when the karma has to come, when this has to come, when that has to happen, everything will automatically happen. So no one can change it. So everybody shut their mouth and sit down. If they don't talk anything, still it will, what is supposed to happen will happen. So you're supposed to have that money, you will have. You're supposed to lose that money, you'll lose, whether you talk or not. This is what he said. One way that is true. And then she asked some other people, oh, if the karma is supposed to come, then hits, then, what was some question she asked. And then they told whom she follows, they so told, yes, if the karma is supposed to come, it will come and it will hit you and you will face that problem. There's no way you cannot come out of that karma. That is what scriptures say, part of it. Krishna also says when the karma is there, it will hit you, you will face it. But you can change it. Always there is a but and if. So, how do I change it? What the Ramana Maharshi said is true. What she said is true. But the mirror has two faces. If you go in front of the mirror, otherwise, I have only one face. If I suddenly go in front of the mirror, I see two Anuruddhas. Is that true? I said Aniruddha is only one face. Is that true? Yes. When I go in front of the mirror, two faces. Is that true? Yes. Both are true. If we do not have Atma Shakti, if we do not have the Sankalpa Balam to change it, then why we need to, what is the reason of taking the birth if it is automatically everything is happening? Then what is the reason of prayers? Then what is the reason of even knowing that there is a God? Then what is the reason of Sharanagati? Then what is the reason of prayers? Then what is the reason of all this, like, saying sorry or saying thank you? There's no meaning to anything actually. Yes, there is a meaning to everything, and you can release them, you can remove them, and at the same time, when you talk with the love. But when you are in a mauna sthiti, I learned this when I went to Yoga Nidra. They ask us to we're not supposed to talk until the lunchtime, until 12 p.m. or lunchtime. Okay, 12 p.m. they give the lunch. So we're not supposed to talk. When I came back from Yoga Nidra, this is like 12, 13, 15 years ago. So I was not talking at home also. My kids were very young. They were like 3.5, 4.5, 5-year old. So in the morning, they know that I don't talk. So I used to show the food. Then they're like, "Oh, mommy is saying to eat. Let's eat. Let's eat." And they used to eat. Then otherwise they would slowly talk and they will, take their own time. Even tying their shoe takes forever. But when I stop talking, they were when I show them the shoe, oh, mommy is telling us to wear the shoes, where, and then they are like making it so fast forward, and they are so proud that they can understand me not talking everything. So even when I go and sit in the car, I don't even talk anything. Where is mommy? Oh, she's in the car. Let's go, let's go. And they used to come in. So we used to go like 10 minutes before, than ever before. So I realized without talking, things are happening better than talking. So for these reasons, we should not talk. But whatever is in your mind, whatever you are thinking strongly, those things will automatically happen. Otherwise, the 3-3 portal is like manifestation. Is like you can get whatever you want in these 3 days. You can enlighten, you can get enlightenment. Is spiritual change in these 3 days, 3-3 portal, and also manifestation. The spiritual change means what? I want to remove my blocks. That is the spiritual, because you can become a full potential, right? When you can unlock yourself, means the fear, because fear of vastu, whatever the example, right? If he does not have the fear of vastu, maybe it would have been different, their life. Maybe. I'm not 100% sure, but I felt that. That is because of this reason it is happening. I was reading the pattern, so that's why I felt that. So anything, if you don't have blocks, if you don't have fear, if you are extremely aligned with the universe, every single minute you will know what is happening. Every single minute you can predict, you can sense, you can feel. So when you can do all these, you will know the future, you will know the present, you will know past about myself. So when I know about everything about myself, imagine my confidence, imagine my knowledge. Because I learned, I already had 1,000 lives or 500 lives. So I learned so much in the past. So I can download into my mind whatever I learned in the past. Why not? We can download, we can release, we can do, everything is possible now. That we are in the 20th century, 20th plus we are. So in this time, we are going towards the truthfulness. So when we are going to the truth, complete truth, imagine complete truth means how much transformation we all should have. So that transformation is happening. Welcome the transformation instead of worrying about yourself, instead of thinking, this is what happening. Oh, how I can do, how this is, they're showing too many dreams. This is what. Trust the process, trust the masters, trust everything. Just to release yourself, release your thoughts, release your body, release everything, friends. That is called Maunam. Maunam means shut your mouth and see everything what is happening. Adharmam also, just watch. No, shut your things what is not right. The sarikani energies, the things you're not supposed to think, those you shut completely. Do not even think about them. Just Sharanagati means what? Surrender means what? That's what, I'll tell you one example from our Mahabharat. In the Mahabharat, the Draupadi asks Krishna, you saved me, right? When the Vastrapaharnam happening, when they were pulling her sari, you saved me. So why you did not saved me much earlier, before even that happened? When the Dushasan was pulling my hair and bringing it to the hall, why you didn't save me at that time? He tells this is exactly what it comes to our Atma Shakti. Okay. What is the connection between the Atma Shakti or the, mm, or calling the God, right? She was not in surrenderance at that time. She thought she can fight. She has that, she thought she has a Shakti to fight with him. But when she didn't call the Krishna. When she went into the Sabha, she first of all she didn't know that they are going to do what they are going to do to her, that they're going to pull her saree. She did not know that, right? So when my husbands see doing this, they're not going to keep quiet. They're going to kill him or whatever. They are going to stop this nonsense. So she had the trust on the husbands. She has 5 husbands and they are the best warriors. So why she'll call the God? This is exactly we do the mistake. We always trust the humans next to us. And they're strong, powerful, they have money, they whatever, they are like politically strong. Nowadays, if they are like Pandavas, means they're politically strong, they have money, they can do anything in they can with their blink of an eye, they can do things according to us, right? But realistically that didn't happen there. So that was supposed to happen. It did happen, or because she trusted not she was not in Sharanagati, she didn't call the God and she trusted the husband. That's what happened. That's again, it's your wish. What do you want to happen? But the Krishna says, you didn't call me, you trusted the people around you, you trusted your husbands or your own Atmastiti. So when you trusted your own Atmastiti or your own strength, then you fight for it. Don't give it up. Be strong on it. So what she did, she first checked with the husbands. And the husbands also, what they did not do their dharma. Why I'm saying they did not do their dharma means because they thought they became slaves and they cannot help their wife. That's not true. If you are a slave, your first dharma is to protect your own wife, your children. Then only you becoming. The slave is your job comes the second or third after the children, after the family. That is there in every dharma. But they forgot about that because Shakuni and Duryodhana say so many words that now you can't do anything. You are totally surrendered to us. You are a slave. You are like so by listening to those words, they all forgot. They are not only warriors, they are the highest, especially the Dharmaraju. He is the Yamadharmaraju, born again as a Dharmaraju, right? So he knows everything, but he also forgot. That's called karma. But if he is strong and if he stands himself much more, and if he was in Sharanagati, he would have got the protection there. He would have remembered that as a husband, we can save her. We don't need to be under anybody as a slave. First dharma is to save the wife and the children. Then if the parents are there, that also comes under the family. The parents, in-laws, and the wife and the children. This is your first family in the karma bonding. So you need to save them the first. Then other people, then you go into slavery, right? But they forgot that fundamental thing. See how you forget, no matter how much knowledge you have when the things come. So that's why we cannot trust ourselves. If she would have not trusted on her, if we would have not trusted on then when husbands gave hand, then she thought Bhishma will help her. Bhishma also said, no, I can't do anything. And then she thought her father-in-law will help. Father-in-law said, no, I can't help on this. And then the Bhishma said, no, I can't help. Dronacharya is a guru. He knows all the knowledge. Dronacharya did not open his mouth and told the Pandavas that this is what the truth is. When the Dronacharya also did not help them, so what exactly we need to do now? So she also requested other people. So everybody gave her a hand. And one from Kauravas, there was one brother, he raised his voice. So when he raised his voice, they said, just keep quiet, what we are doing is correct. He said that this is adharma. And there was one more person. who was the mantri, Vidrudu. So he also said this is wrong. So those are the only two people said it is wrong. So, but anyway, things happened because that is supposed to happen. Even the fight was supposed to happen. But Krishna tried, everybody tried not to happen. But it's supposed to happen because all these negative people has to go. So it happened. Kurukshetra Yuddham. Because it has to become whole universe under one hand, under one control. So it happened, right? So that is called karma. But at the same time, Krishna said that if you would have called me the minute he came, because he's stronger than you, the minute you surrendered your hair, right? The minute he's pulling, you would have surrendered to me. I would have saved you. Even when Pandavas were playing the Judam, the chess, they would have called me. I would have helped them. Instead of they trusted, and that Judam is something in the mind you feel like, just like drinking or cigarettes, you feel like doing again, you feel like, oh, I'm going to win this time. So he trusted in his own ability. But the other side is the Shakuni who is using the Pachikas, which are the bones of his father. And he came to take the revenge on the Kauravas and Pandavas, on both, the whole Astinapur, the whole kingdom. He wants to ruin the whole kingdom. That's why he came. So his Pachikas are not a real Pachikas, not a normal ones. Thus he does not know, he kind of knows, but he still thought, oh, I'm going to win next time, next time. He never won and lost everything, including wife. And they should never put the wife. Dharmaraju knows that, but still he did it. So these are the things, knowingly, unknowingly, even though you have a knowledge, by seeing these examples, everybody thinks, oh, you cannot stop the karma, even though you have knowledge, you would have to face. Krishna says, you don't need to face. You would have called me. That's why I have been teaching you guys Sharanagati, Sharanagati, Sharanagati. Just surrender, surrender, surrender. Now you understand what is surrender. So if you don't surrender, what happens? The karma will hit you. But if you have stronger willpower, and if you bring the knowledge in front of you, instead of listening what the Shakuni is saying or Duryodhana is saying, you would have saved your wife. But things went differently. So strongly you can stop everything, friends.